Good day, sir. I am Iron Jim P. Bolaño from Ormoc City, Leyte, and I'm from Bismarck 3 Charlie. So the question is, both tangible and material components make up man. So describe and illustrate how these components works, particular in terms of making decision. So my answer to the provided question, sir, is human beings are composed of both tangible and material components, and the Bible affirms this dual nature. So the tangible part, especially the physical body, is described in scriptures as dust of the ground from which God formed man. So Genesis chapter 2 verse 7. So this shows that the body is a real physical structures that allows us to interact with the world through the senses, processes, experience, and influences decisions through physical conditions like strength, fatigue, or stress. So yet the Bible also make it clear that a man is not only physical, he possesses immaterial nature. So God breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became living soul. So in Genesis 2:7, these immaterial dimensions include the mind, will, emotions, conscience, and spirit. So the both often speak at the mind as the place of understanding and reasoning. Romans 12:2 says that we are not transformed by the renewing of the mind. Emotions are also described in scripture, such as Jesus himself wept. So John 11:35. So or felt compassions for the crowds. Matthew 9:36. The will is reflected. The God calls for human to choose this day whom will that you must decide freely and consciously. So the conscience is also highlighted. And Romans 2:15, where Paul explained that the law is written in human hearts with the conscience bearing witness to right and wrong. Meanwhile, the spirit is presented as the deepest with God or forgive, or God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and in truth. So John 4:24. Together, these tangible and material components work in unity when making decisions. So the physical senses gather information, but the mind and conscience interpret and the emotions react to it, and the or conventions root in the spirit. For example, when a person sees someone in need, so the eyes or physical observes, and emotion, understanding, or the mind, and the conscience or the moral awareness lead the will toward decision, mirroring the good Samaritan who saw him and had compassion. Luke 10:33. While the immaterial nature guides meaning, direction, and moral judgment, and the Bible consistently affirms that the man is unified being, both physical form and spiritual depth, working together to shape every choice a person makes. And that's all, sir. Thank you.